Welcome back. Every single time, it doesn't fail. We're talking about the Offspring Americana again. Just finishing it up. We recorded our songs. They were really fun. I was really surprised. Like, I think I probably had the most fun learning and recording this song
than
any of the other ones, just because it's very high energy. Well, the one I did was. Yours was a little bit more.
Yeah, mine was a little slower, but it was a lot of fun. I mean, it's like one of those kind of. It's kind of why we chose pink for the background color, because it's kind of a little bit more, more upbeat, and positive.
Yep.
So,
well, the lyrical content.
The lyrics not.
The music is. Yeah, they were really fun, and like I said, I'm usually more into like metal and stuff. This was just it was up my alley. The one I did, because it was easily could have been a thrash song. But it was also very dark, like content-wise, and I didn't know it was a cover. I know we talked about it last time. I thought it was pretty cool, but yeah. I mean, other than like, all the metal stuff that I normally play, I had a lot of fun playing this song. It was just like the energy of it, and it was different enough that I felt like I was doing something different.
Right. Well, and same here, because I think we both picked songs that were a little bit more attuned with how we play. Individually.
Yeah.
Yet it still had that punk edge to it. So.
Well, I didn't realize that She's Got Issues had kind of more of a 60s, 70s, a little bit of like psychedelic kind of.
Especially with the lead tone, because this is now I think 2 consecutive videos where I've had to use tremolo as an effect.
Tremolo's fun.
Well, it's a lot of fun, and I wasn't used to it, so it was kind of interesting to play with it. And just when on playback, I wasn't sure what was going on, and I'm like, is my guitar out of tune? What's happening?
Yeah, tremolo's weird. It's fun though. Like it sounds really good. Like if you use it in like a clean tone too, with a lot of reverb and a little bit of. I use a delay, and then a little bit of chorus too.
Yeah, and if you overdo the chorus, that we found out in the last video, if you overdo the chorus, it way saturates it, and it doesn't sound right. But I'm having a lot of fun playing with a lot of different effects.
Mm-hmm.
This one was kind of a mid-tempo song, so I'm kind of a little more familiar and comfortable playing like low 120s. And I don't know, it was very straightforward. I didn't really have to overdub or layer a whole lot of stuff on this song.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like it was just and I'll be honest, I recorded mine in one day.
I did mine on
I did for
Thursday.
the most
part. I finished mine up last night, but I did most of it like a couple nights before that.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was going to do for the outro yet, because in the original recording there's like a slowdown at the end. I couldn't quite get it right when I was recording it, so I just ended up holding it out, and then I had to write a solo, because I didn't not that theirs sounds bad or anything like that. I don't like learning other people's solo. It's like it's kind of like your signature on a song,
That's what I say.
When you're a guitarist, so like I kind of like to put my own kind of thing on it.
I agree, and for me, a lot of the time, it's I don't know. It's not so much that I don't like the solos either. It's just more so, like you said, it's more of their signature. Mm-hmm. Plus, to be honest, I want to kind of put my own little stamp on it too, kind of see what I would have done in that situation.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, this one was, for me, it was easier to kind of get a hold of, because like it was just kind of a thrashy sounding song. And
yeah.
I was trying hard not to do just a shred solo. I think half of it ended up being that though anyway.
Which is fine. I mean,
it fits.
It goes totally along with the song. It was kind of a higher tempo song. I remember you were saying there was like one note in there.
Yeah, that was a fast song, yeah.
Yeah, and you were saying there was one note in there that didn't quite sound quite right, or it rubbed a little bit.
But it's fine, because the way that song is, it's the main riff is like its chromatic scale.
Right.
So it doesn't really matter, and that's what it's over. It's not over the chorus, it's over the verse riff.
Yeah. I can't believe I'm saying this, but being the theory guy and all, but a lot of time you can just throw it right out the window and just kind of play what fits at the time. So I mean, and it to me it did. When I heard it back, I was like, oh, that's cool. And
hey, Paul's on right
now. Oh, is he?
He just popped up. Speaking of Paul, follow him on Twitch. He streams, he plays games. It's a lot of fun. I don't know, he's very ADD, so keep that in mind. But anyway,
you might see a rare occasion too of one of us playing something other than a guitar. You might actually see a bass.
Yeah, we got a bass in there this time. We're gonna do a little bit. We're doing a little creative editing. We're try to. Hopefully it turns out good. It kind of had to, though, because there's that part where the bass is by itself.
You know, and I think that'd be kind of cool too in the future. 'Cause I know in the past we had done a few videos. I want to say, and I referenced the Boston video a lot, but I want to say in that one there was a couple of times when I think we both did. There was this blank, empty space, and we weren't playing. So that's kind of why we chose to do it this time, so we didn't have just dead air.
I think, not that I've done it on purpose, but I think every song I've picked, I don't really know if there was any blank spots.
Yeah, I mean, now I'm thinking about it, like there's only like maybe a couple instances here and there where like just because I will watch our videos back every now and again just to see some ideas for coming up ones. There's been a couple instances where you know, I've just seen some dead air or something like that, or you know, so it was kind of just a decision we made on this one to just kind of empty or to take that away.
Yeah, and then on mine I added stuff like some piano and stuff just for a little bit of extra, because like I'm trying to find creative ways to fill in where the vocals would be without using vocals if I can, or if I have to. Which we got a new table. I don't know if you guys noticed it. It actually fills out the whole length of the frame.
Right, and I can just sit normal for a change.
Yeah, we're not like all crammed together, and I don't need to, you know, have the camera super close. And I think our videos have looked better. We've been filming in 4K, so that's cool.
That's one of the things that I would say that Offspring's kind of known for is the artwork on their albums, and we were just talking about this a little bit ago. Their cheesy lyrics.
Yeah, they were pretty cheesy, but that's what makes them them. You know, they started in what, the mid '80s, so
yeah. I
mean, punk lyrics were pretty cheesy back then.
They were, and the more I would listen back to "She's Got Issues" while I was recording it, the more I would just cringe because I'm just like, okay. Yeah,
man, I got that lead line just stuck in my head too. It's good though. It sounded really. It reminded me of. I can't even think of the song, but like music from like Austin Powers.
Right.
That's what it really reminded me of. So I guess it was more 60s sounding than 70s sounding.
And to me, when I was recording the song, it sounded an awful lot. It reminded me a lot of Sweet, like Fox on the Run or something like that.
For sure.
And then yours, when I heard it back, because I actually after we recorded last week, I went home and listened to the original of yours. It's amazing how much different it is. Like, it's really cool.
I still haven't listened to the original, but
yeah, it's really cool how Offspring took that song and turned it into what they had, and it's just so, like, when you think of it that way, it's just so funny, like, just to see how different it is.
Because they didn't really do any covers, did they?
Not really.
Many. I can't. That's the only one I can think of, and I didn't even know that was a cover.
Yeah, I mean, and even then they were just making fun of the song because I mean,
really?
Let's be real. I mean, like,
I've never heard. I imagine those aren't the original lyrics.
No, and the original song, it's. Let me put it this way.
Is it pretty cringy?
Wait till you hear it. It's way different.
Yeah. Then you say it's like kind of like not swing, but like
it's kind of loungy.
Like loungy.
Yeah.
Like crooner kind of.
Yeah, kind of. And then I don't know. Like, it's just like when you think of it that way, that's what makes that song funny. Is because and that's why the joke is so good, because it's like, you know, you hear the original song and it's like really heartfelt. It's really kind of serious, and then you hear this and you're like, okay.
I really like this one, and like I said, these lyrics, I know they're not the original lyrics, but I didn't think they were that cheesy either.
No, not really.
But yeah, you know, it's like I said, I'm used to listening to metal, and that's kind of, you know, lyric wise, down the same kind of alley.
Yeah, and I think it's the delivery that Dexter has, like just the way he sings and the register he's in. I think that's why it
was
kind
a little bit of a lower
more
register for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, in that song it was. But I was actually gonna say just the way he sings. I think that's why their lyrics and their style has that cheese factor, just because it's really high in comparison to like what other punk singers do.
Yeah, and I cut off a lot from our last video, so I think I cut the part about my guitar. My Les Paul, because I was talking about like how I fucked it up. Well, I didn't fuck it up, but
oh yes,
I sanded the neck down.
Yes,
and give me some opinions, because I took the pick art off, and I'm still not sure how I feel about it. You'll see it in the video, but let me know, with or without the pick art. I took it off for now. I like it better with it. I've always liked Les Paul's better with the pick art, but let me know. I know some of you like it without.
See, I'm on the side of without. I really like the way that one in particular looks without it.
Yeah, it's
mine. I don't think I would like it as much without it. I mean, it's just the red, I think, is what really makes it for that one.
Yeah, for me, it's just like the studios. That's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of like their thing. Like, it's a more stealth version of a standard.
Right.
So like I don't know, I was like the pickguard I think works a lot better with the studio than it does with all the other ones. Like a custom, they have really pretty wood and nice paint and all this shit.
Yeah, and you don't want to.
And the pickguard just kind of classes up the studio a little bit. That's like the only thing that it has other than the inlays, I guess.
But even then, I mean, it's like I just think the color itself, and really it don't look bad without it at all. I mean, I
think it looks fine. It's just like I said, I always preferred them with it. I'm just trying something different, something new. So let me know.
Plus, for a practical sense with it too, I don't know if yours does the same as mine does, but
I think it makes noise when you
if you touch it and you kind of tap on it on accident, it's loud. So for a practical reason too, I would keep it off. It's a really good album. That's why I wanted to pick it. When I mentioned it a few weeks back, it was a very important album for me personally because I was 13 or so, 14 when I picked this album up. So really getting into music at the time, and this one just had that kind of energy, and it was such an aggressive guitar sound for the time.
Yeah.
And that's what made me really want to pick up a guitar. So this album was a good one to do for me.
Yeah, and this was the album that made me realize that there's different stuff out there. Because I mean I was young. Like I said, I think I was like 8 when I first heard it. But at the time, I was just kind of listening to what my parents were listening to, which was like classic rock.
Yeah.
And I mean, our dad listened to like Metallica and Iron Maiden and stuff like that. So there was like that 80s metal, and this was like the newest music that I'd listened to at that point. Yeah. So it kind of just opened my eyes to, there's different shit out there.
Yep. Like that year, 1999, there's just a lot of good stuff. Good alternative rock came out, and
that's when new metal started. And speaking of new metal, we're finally going to do it next week. We're going to do Spine Shank. I decided it's been far too long, and I don't.
You can't keep the joke going forever.
I thought it was a funny joke, but it seems like nobody else cared. So, and it didn't do it on purpose, but I think we're going to actually do it. We'll listen to Spine Shank next week.
And I think it's going to be a lot of fun because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a band that neither of us are that familiar with.
Yeah, I mean, it's an album I've listened to, quite a bit here and there, but very recently, like I picked it up. Casey introduced me to them at work, and then we were at Culture Shock.
Yeah.
And I just happened to see it, Height of Callousness, and picked it up. I was like, oh yeah, and then I just started listening to it after that. Like I said, like at work, it's kind of different. You can't really hear it.
Yeah, I mean,
you can hear it, but it's kind of hard to really listen to it. So I picked it up and listened to it, and it's a good album. It's early new metal. I think it came out in 2002 or something like that. We'll get into it next week. But yeah, it was early for new metal, and it's definitely got like that weird kind of industrial kind of feel to it because they use there's like effects on the drums and stuff, which I'm gonna have to figure out a workaround. And they used a lot of synth. Not a lot, but like just background noise. Right. They use synth. Maybe it was guitar effects too. I don't know, but
or maybe Paul just get good so that he can do drums on it.
Yeah,
because he's got the electric drum kit too, so he can just program it in. So that'd be the easiest way to do it.
So yeah, next week we're finally gonna do it. We're gonna listen to Spine Shank, Height of Callousness. Go check out my brother Paul. He's cool as fuck on Twitch, and like and subscribe to us. I haven't been too active on the socials because I've been busy. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week, and we'll listen to Spine Shank together. Finally, we're gonna do it. I promise you, we're gonna do it. All right, we'll see ya.
All right, see you next week.